garden. Oh yes, I'm going to do a bit of gardening. Yeah, I think so. Well, I've been planting all sorts of stuff. Forsythia, you can't eat that. No. Willow, you can't eat that. Although you can make aspirin out of willow bark. Oh, what else have we been planting? Oh yeah, I've been planting lots of hazel, noisette, and oaks, chestnuts. You can eat them, but just not yet. But all sorts are going on at the moment. There's quite a few people there, well, in Russia, they're panic buying that they are. Sugar, wheat, buckwheat, etc. But it isn't just that now, there's also paper, because short demand, in short supply. In the UK, they're warning. Well, I did a video about that a week ago, and all of a sudden it's in the papers today. No, go figure. Maybe I was too soon. Well, it's yeah, milk. It's going to be in short supply, but for different reasons. We're not paying enough for it. That's what they say. It's costing too much to produce it. The cost of production are too high. Partly because of the pandemic, partly because of, you know what I'm going to say, Brexit. Import costs, and, can't deny it, the war. Because a lot of the fertiliser was coming from Ukraine and Russia. But it's not anymore, no. It's not getting through. So farmers are in a bit of a shit state. So what's happening? People are, well, they're panic buying. Farmers are panic buying. They're paying too much for all their, well, fertilisers and stuff now. Considerably. It's like it's doubled in price. It's not great, no. Because the farming methods in the UK and, well, in Europe in general, it's intensive. It's not like we used to. We used to plant stuff called, like, green fertilisers, like comfrey. In fact, I've got a little bit coming up over there. I'll go and show you. Back in a second. There we go. Found a bit. Like this stuff. This is comfrey. And what you do with that is you shove it in a bucket of water and it'll extract all the goodness out of that comfrey. Some of it's nitrogen fixing out of the air and stuff like that. And then you can create a lovely smelly, that's like, if anyone knows Baby Bio, the fertiliser you put for your garden, your house plants and what have you, it's a bit like that, but stinkier. Yeah, it smells absolutely foul. And you can do a similar thing to that, so you can do stinginels. This is better, comfrey is better. If you do want to do any fertilisers, oh my God, I've just broken a bit of asparagus. Oh my God, we've got asparagus already. Yes, I'll put the camera in the asparagus bed. So I think we're going to be having a stir fry today. Maybe, not stir fry, oh, I don't know, maybe a bit of butter, lemon, garlic, maybe, I don't know. I'll put that there for laters. We'll have that later. Oh, good. Anyway, going back to fertilisers. In the UK, it's very heavily relying on artificial fertilisers, which are produced, well, the byproduct of that is actually CO2, gas. That's used in hospitals, and it's used in packaging, and it's used in culling of birds and what have you. Oh yeah, bird flu, that's not very helpful either. So we've got everything coming from all different directions at the moment. Everything's going to be hitting our food supply. Not just in the UK, but obviously here in France and that as well. And there's a few things we've got going on in Russia regarding the panic buying. Well, I understand, to be honest, because Russia is, they have a huge divide. You've got the rich and the poor. We always see the pictures, don't we, in the videos, like in Petersburg or Moscow and places like that, and they're driving around in their flash cars, everyone with their fancy hats. No, most of the Russians don't live like that. No, they're poor. The average income in Russia is equivalent to about 460 euros a month is the average income, the average wage in Russia. So needless to say, the people in Russia, a vast majority of them, they live to their means. And many of them, they grow crops of one type or another. They've got actually quite fertile soil, especially in the West. Like Ukraine. Ukraine's got very dark, peaty, lovely soil they've got. Lucky buggers. I had to work my soil. Even then it's not great. Especially after the last couple of years, because even though we had the lockdowns and what have you, last year I was so busy on this channel, my garden is just big downturn. So this year we're going to make a bit of an effort. I've got to fix this greenhouse over here, and I've got to fix that greenhouse over there. Let me show you. That one over there is, well, that's had it. It needs a new cover on it. So we're going to chop that back today probably and do something with that. And then I've got another greenhouse over there, which also is very old now, and that needs some TLC, or we're going to get rid of it and get another one, or build another one. And I've got a greenhouse over there as well, which is fine. So there's lots to do in this garden because the last couple of years I've been a bit lazy with it because I've been so kind of like my head stuck at my bottom regarding Allshorts, the channel. And well, last year I would say really more than anything. So yeah, it's there's a lot of work to be done, which is fine. We can do it, done it before, so we'll do it again. My point being, well, so I digressed there, didn't I? My point really is that people grow their own food because they have to. But they don't just grow it for the here and now, they grow it for the food, you know, for the rest of the season. You know, they give you a glut, don't you? Like for instance, tomatoes that come out your ears and your arse and everywhere in the summer. And then you think, oh, getting past November, we're not getting any fresh tomatoes at all now. You get the blight and what have you. And you want to store that stuff. So, yeah, Simon says 55. Good timing, just repotted my peppers. Do you know what? I haven't got mine germinated yet. They ain't come through yet. I started too late, but I think we're going to be buying plants. I've got some in now on heated trays. So I'm hoping they're going to come through soon. But no, we haven't repotted ours on yet. I don't know about you, but it's quite cold. It's been quite cold here early in the season. I should have really put them in the trays really in January on the heated trays. I've just been my head at my bottom. So we'll probably buy a load. So you just repotted your peppers. Hello, Derek McCall. Good afternoon from Toul. Hello, Toul, in France. En France. Just dropped in as I saw you live. Need to go and get the rug sorted out, then do some wallpapering pretty soon. Oh, I was doing it in my studio the other week. Wallpaper. I had enough of those shelves behind me. I thought it looked a bit silly. So I got rid of them, filled all the holes up, and I papered it all. It looked like a dungeon now in my studio. So yes, I've been planting stuff. The garlic is coming through. Let's show you there. That's not onions, that's garlic. But if you look between us, like there's all these little sticks. You see all these little sticks in between the garlic? Well, all those little sticks are, there's a mixture of some more willows that we're shooting for the replanting, rewilding scheme. But also there's forsythia over there as well. And we've got some Veggie and various other sort of medium to large shrubs that we're going to be putting in amongst the trees as well. Just we want flowers up there as well, not just the trees. So we're thinking about it, we want the birds and the bees and all the things we want, all the little foodstuffs. Not just nuts, because obviously we've got nuts, plenty of nuts, a bit nutty as well, but we've got lots of nuts and stuff now as well. We've done masses of them. Oh God, no, crikey. I think I've planted maybe 50 or 60 hazelnut. We're going to do a whole load more than that, because we found a source, so which is quite reasonably priced, so we're doing that. Only small, but it doesn't matter. You know. There's over that we go wandering through the woodland at the moment while it's still moist. You could probably pull them out the suckers off the ground, or the seeded nuts. Seeded nuts. You've got to be seeded nuts, haven't you? Oh, like salted nuts. Oh, saucy. So anyway, my point is that LONH. Oh, I hope you and everyone are keeping well. I'm fine. I was a little bit down last few days, if I'm absolutely honest. The channel ain't been doing very well, so I kind of, I get a bit negative about it. It's just me, I can't help it. But I'm right now. I hope everybody else is. Oh, what vegetables have you got for my lunch? Oh, well, I got some asparagus, which I just stood on, so I broke a bit off. So I dare say, yeah, our first asparagus of the season. So we've got a bed of asparagus here about 2 metres wide by about 7 metres long. So it's the first year for this bed, which replaced our old bed of asparagus, which is past its best. It's old. In fact, they were old plants from a friend that we put in. We've done all these from seed 2 years ago. So they're doing quite well actually, and they all look really healthy. I'm pleased that they're coming up anyway, so that's great. So we've got asparagus, we've got some young onions, loads of thyme. It's very early at the moment, and loads of rhubarb. Horseradish, I've got horseradish, masses of horseradish, but we harvest that normally in the autumn. Anyway, I digress. My point was that we're seeing in Russia, they're going crazy over sugar. And you say, why on earth are they going crazy over sugar? Well, I know why. Because a lot of these people are like us. We grow a lot of berry fruit here. It would be raspberries, blackberries, currants, lots of berry fruit. Well, what do we do in summer? Okay, you eat it fresh, yeah, yum, yum, yum. But we used to do a lot of conserves. And if you're worried that in the middle of the summer seasons, usually shortages anyway with sugars. It's hard to get sugar sometimes here in France because everyone's buying it. to do all their conserves, you know, like jams and stuff. Jams and jellies. Because that's how you know, preserve your crop for the rest of the year and going into next year. You need the ingredients to do that. So whether it be, it could be things from vinegars, it could be the salt as well. If, for instance, you know, sauerkraut, we do sauerkraut as well, which is a great food source because it's got a lot of acidophilus in it, it's got a lot of friendly stuff in it as well. So if they're thinking ahead and thinking, my God, this is going to go on and it's going to get worse, not better, no wonder they're scavenging over lemon sugar. Because a lot of these people they live off the land. They're not everybody goes to the supermarket for everything. No, they've got gardens. And I live in rural France, which you can probably see. It's quite rural. We're in the middle of nowhere, we are, thank God. We're not far from the Mauge. So we're about 40 kilometres, about 30 kilometres from the Mauge. But we're quite fortunate, well, very fortunate actually, we're very blessed to live here, to be honest. And we have a little plot of land. We've got just over 2 hectares of land, which is more than enough, hence we're putting loads of trees on it. We're hoping to get around, between 600 and 1,000 trees planted. That's what we're trying to do. It's going to take us 2 years, I think, to get this done, because obviously there's the money side as well as the actual work as well. Everything's so expensive, isn't it? Didn't realise. I was a bit out of touch. I was in old money, I was. Yeah, so anyway, we're quite fortunate. We live here in this lovely place, in the side of a valley. You look, see over there on the side of the valley over there. We own pretty much land into the valley, the bottom of the valley, and there's a little stream at the bottom, which is quite pleasant. There's no internet down there, so I can't take you right down there. And also there's cows in the fields, could we let that bit out? So anyway, yeah. So you can imagine that if you growing your crop, and you come to your glut season and you want to conserve that food, and you think, my God, what if we can't get this stuff? What if we can't get our sugar? What if we can't get our salt and stuff? It's all going to go to waste. You know? When you do sauerkraut, you need quite a lot of salt. When you do sauerkraut, or kimchi, if you're into kimchi and stuff like that, you might want to do that. It's all fermented. Got a funny taste that stuff has. I don't want sauerkraut. But I wouldn't choose to eat sauerkraut. I'd eat it with because it's a way of preserving it and it's good for you. I'm not a great lover of it, no, but I do eat it. Quite here in France, they have a dish here where they have like a sausage, a bit like a Frankfurt type, sausage, like a bit like the ones you get in the cinemas, like the Naki. Those horrible kind of, they shove the whole pig in the mincer, don't they? And it comes out as a sausage. Those kind of sausages, broiler ones, boiled sausages. And they have them onions and sauerkraut, I think onions. Yeah, and then the sauerkraut, which is basically the cabbage and stuff. It's quite a popular dish here in France as well. But I'm not a lover of it. But if you've got nothing to eat, and that's how you survive, it makes sense, doesn't it, to preserve your foodstuffs, Especially if you've got all the effort and you're doing your garden and you're growing it, you don't want to go to waste. So I understand why you got these little old days with the trolleys full up to the brim with sugar and salt. No toilet rolls, just sugar and salt. But that is going to be a problem as well, toilet rolls, believe it or not. But this is totally different to what it was with Brexit, though. This is just not the same. The thing with Brexit in the UK is the case, we couldn't get the stuff from A to B. It's not because it wasn't there, or there was actually a shortage of it. It's just that we couldn't get it from A to B, and obviously all the squabbles on the border. This time it ain't going to be there. Yes, I know that some of the stuff is produced in the UK, but the raw ingredients are important in a lot of cases. That sun. It's a sunny day. Can't be bad. Oh, I like the sun. I need a new hat, by the way. I think it's getting a bit past the best now. I allowed it to dry out, so that was a bit silly. I mean, normally I don't get water, you see, and this time there again, it is quite old now. Oh gosh, hiya, oh gosh. Hope you're well, buddy. Who else is there? I'm going to be digging some trenches in a minute. I'm ready for the plant and a bit of digging over there as well. And Tom KK77. Greetings from New Zealand. Oh, hello New Zealand. Are you going to be sending the UK all your beef, maybe, and lamb? I'm up there, all alive again. That's better. Oh, that's why. Ginger's Giraffe, hello there, hope you're well. I'm taking 2 days off from work next month to plant anything off. Like, yeah, because you had a really cold winter there, didn't you? Remind me, whereabouts in the States are you, Gingers? Hey, Chris Murphy's a Norwich. He's a Norwich boy. He's no tractor boy, no. Oh, they lost, though, didn't they, against Chelsea? Sorry about that. Oh, Chris Murphy, have you seen the Puppet Man recently? No? I remember, aren't you near Durham Roadway? Is it Durham Road or Unpack Road? Not far off Grapes Hill. Oh gosh, there's a stunning river here too. I know, it's a beautiful day. I'll tell you what, it just makes you positive, doesn't it? Makes you feel good and you want to get on and do stuff. And kind of what me felt the other day when I had that letter, I think it's on there actually, and that letter and that €10, that really, that put a spring in my step, I have to admit. I just thought that was just so kind. It's not the first time it's happened either. There's another chappie on here as well. He sent me a very generous cheque and a very nice little letter and that. And I just, the kindness of it, because it's not easy. It's just 1 minute you're doing well, the next minute it's completely out flop like it is at the moment regarding the channel. And you don't know where you are with YouTube. You really don't. And especially with the war and stuff, obviously the news and everything has been so diluted. And then you got the your man in your life policy, YouTube policy, where anything, I'm not a bona fide news source, am I? I'm just kind of like getting the news and kind of put my take on it. And I don't think it's taken seriously. Obviously not. And so you get to the bottom of this, don't you? And obviously not everybody takes to my take on things, do you know what I mean? I understand that. But anyway, it's just one of them things, isn't it? It's just 1 minute you're okay, and the next minute you're down there, or you're up there, you're down there. But when you have a lovely sunny day, it doesn't matter. No. And I was watching Gardener's World last night, and I do like him. He was great. And that doctor on it, Amir Khan, the one who does Eat Well or something, or what food, or some food-related health, lose weight and have keto and stuff like that. He does that program with some lady, and he's a keen gardener. I was watching him and I thought, crikey, you're so inspiring. I was going on about phytocides or feticides or some kind of chemicals the plants give off, and that's good for your body and all that sort of stuff. So I thought, I better get in the garden. Hence I am. I have to admit, if you've got space to have a look at the garden, it's nice just to get in the garden. It's hard work. You sweat, you stink, you get dirty, you grubby, you get bitten by insects and stuff like that. And you think, what the hell am I doing? And then you get your asparagus or whatever else you're growing, your tomatoes, your peppers. And oh my giddy aunt, you cannot compare tomatoes straight out of your greenhouse than what you get in the supermarkets. Oh my God, definitely not. Now I grow a lot of like unusual varieties, vintage varieties and that as well regarding tomatoes. And one of my favourite is Crimea Noir. It's a lovely tomato. And the skins are really, it's not like, like you're eating like a ball of water. No, it's not like that at all. Talk about water, I need to have a little of water. Can't be bad. Anyway, we've got our composts on the go. We've got a massive heap on the other side there that we need to sort out. That keeps growing. We just don't have the energy or the head to actually to move it. We keep digging. It's quite a big pile, to be fair, and we keep digging from the bottom of it. And we've topped up our greenhouses over there. But God, it's hard work. So yeah, I do understand why people are panic buying. If you're going to have no opportunity, or if it's getting too expensive for you. When you, like saying, if you consider Russia's average income for a month, €460 average, equivalent of €460 a month average. How the hell do they survive on that? They do it by work on the land, I suppose. That's all they can do, isn't it, really? Let's see what he's saying. Growing season in New Hampshire is 128 days. It's quite short, isn't it? What's going on? What's happening? It keeps asking me if I want to stop streaming and I don't. It might have something to do with the crack on my screen. It's right where the cross is. That's worrying. Oh, I know why. I got that in my pocket. It's my remote for my phone, and it's still on. I keep pressing the blinking buttons. You turn that off. Phew. I have a pocket. What's going on there? It keeps asking me what stops swimming. I thought, what? Oh, I'm silly. I can't help it. So ginger shrubs, we're about the same too, but New Hampshire's very different climate. And gingers. Oh, it's Simon Says. Hey, buddy. Chris Murphy. Oh, could munch a nice apple. Now, we have planted, actually, we bought 4. Why does it keep dropping out? Keeps dropping out. Anyway, the other day we got another 10 apple trees, which we planted down the bottom here. Apple, pear, cherry, plum, about all mix. And then we bought another cherry today, yesterday, and 3 apple trees, 2 varieties of, well, 1 of one and 2 of the other. So that was yeah. I suppose how many apple trees we've got now? We've got 1, 2, 10, 4, 14. That's what we were doing. 2 in the front there, 2 in the back there. I think we've got 20 fruit trees here. 20, 22, about 22 fruit trees. Oh, plus the beech tree. Oh my God. Wasps everywhere. Oh no. Don't want that. No, not too many wasps, thank you. Also another Viking. But if you pick potted if you pick potted peppers, peppers, oh my God, and perfectly pickled packaged peppers, then you pick your pickled pack. Blimey. I'm not going to try that again. Oh dear. I started reading your thing you sent me. I haven't finished yet though. That's funny. But you pick the pop. Oh God, I can't say that again. Yeah, now talking about peppers, what we do is we roast ours, take the skins off. We stick them in the oven. Peppers, we deseed, what have you. We stick them in the oven, scorch the skins basically, and then you can remove the skins, and then you can put in oil with a little bit of vinegar as well, just so they don't go rot really quickly. And you can keep them that way. Once you open the jar, you need to put them in the fridge though. Peppers, not chilies, but peppers, like the little bell peppers, we can generally grow them right up until Christmas in the greenhouse, which is quite good. They obviously slow right down, but we do pick right until we have them right up to December. Tomatoes, generally speaking, what happens with them is they get to a point where you get lots of green tomatoes and they won't turn red. You might get a bit of blight and stuff like that, and you've got to remove them. But you can eat green tomatoes. It's a fallacy that you can't eat green tomatoes. You must cook them though. Just don't eat them raw. Hello, Gunny. How you doing, buddy? Hope you're well. New Zealand farmers will be sending their meaty wares to the UK. I know. And a Brexit benefit to New Zealand economy, not to the UK though. All the British farmer, they're stuffed. They really are stuffed. No hormones or antibiotics given to meat produce. That's actually an interesting point there, because oh, hang on, that's Canada. They use a lot of hormones, don't they, in Canada? So you're saying that do you use hormones at all in Tomac? New Zealand, sorry, Tomac 77. Was it Tomo K77? But I feel I think the UK has pretty much said, okay, we're going to allow hormones anyway. Otherwise, we wouldn't have got agreed for the first stages of the TP, whatever you like to call it. TP, TCP, TCP, some sort of antiseptic. Simon Says, 55. Putin's Tories are working very hard. Yep, they are. Yeah. To stop the Gulf Stream. Really? Are they? If they succeed, it will be awfully chilly in the British Isles and the Nordics. It's all shifting. The poles are shifting as well. It's all gone tits up, isn't it? I did a video early in the week, and it's those sort of videos never do very well anyway. But it's they're saying that the temperatures have risen by quite a considerable amount at the same time, normally at different seasons. So in the Arctic and Antarctica. Sorry, Antarctic and the Arctic. Was the other way around. Anyway, and that has never happened before. So and the shelf, and that big old shelf, what's called now. That big ice shelf, that is actually broken away now. So yeah, because the temperature's increasing, sorry, not dropping. Hello, P. Dallas, hope you're well, buddy. Thanks for your emails. I have been reading them and clicking on your links and stuff. Simon says, we're getting another polar vortex next week. Oh, that's several. Oh, crikey, ready? Yeah, I'll tell you what we've noticed here in France, where we are, because we're in a bit of a low. We've got the Alps on one side, and they've got the Pyrenees on the other side, and then we're in two mountain ranges basically. Got the Pyrenees and the Alps, and we're in the low, so we get a bit of a unusual season anyway. But we never ever had what I've seen. Nearly every day we were getting frost, hard frost, every single day, and I've never seen that here. I've been there, nearly 12 years, 11, 12 years now, so it's like 12 years? Yeah, 12 years this year. So it's I hadn't seen that. And nor was my neighbour, who's French. And W2, hello buddy, afternoon there. Nothing that Putin couldn't do by himself. Isn't he the devil after all that he is? Chris Murphy, for 3 of the past 7 years, my village had the best farmers market in the whole of the Netherlands. We have nice apples and pears and lots of yummy other food. I'll tell you what I found quite funny. In Norfolk, where I'm from, we used to grow tulips, bulbs, lots of tulips and daffodils and stuff like that. Well, we'd send that stuff over to Holland, and then they'd send it right back again, packaged up. Well, this is ridiculous. It's just, obviously with Brexit, you kind of realise all this stuff goes on now, don't you? It's just nuts, really. It's not exactly good for the environment. We're shifting a load of stuff when we don't need to, and we should be looking more locally, really. But there's going to be massive paper shortages, so it's not just whether or not stuff you're going to write on, if you do write these days, it's going to be packaging. Yeah. And we've been told not to have single-use plastics, especially in France. They've banned it for up to 1.5 kilos, or the other way around. Single-use plastics have been banned. So, not in the UK, but single-use plastics. It's just that now everybody's going over to paper bags, paper this, paper, because apparently it's more environmental. And what they're doing, they're chopping different trees down to cope with it. And my God, they have cut down so many trees here in France. This year is the worst year I've seen. Most of the boundaries, just in our little area here, they've just chopped all the boundary trees down. They've just flattened them and just stuck in posts instead in electric fences. So it's not great. There's mainly chestnut and oak that was seen removed, which isn't very heartwarming at all, because it's quite depressing seeing that. That's one of the reasons why I want to plant all these trees. I know it doesn't really compensate, because the amount of it being gone is considerable. But at least we'll be surrounded by trees here, and at least we'll provide the little insects and the birds somewhere else to go. They've had to move, and I'm not going to charge them more rent either now. Oh, stay warm, yes, gingers, you must stay warm. It's really cold there. They are totally incapable, these Tories are. I'm all but flipping Matt Hand-on cock as him now, and he's been. Nothing's going to happen. It never does with this lot. Look at Partygate. There's Matt Hancock. Yep, we've now concluded that you broke ministerial code, blah, 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 blah. You're a twat. Yeah, that's it. You're gone. Oh, no, you're not. Okay. No, it's not great, is it? So-called democracy, eh? I'm not too impressed. Not at all. I'm going to bring you over here because I need to do a bit of digging. I do. So I might bring you down a bit lower. I'm coming down. Woohoo! Oh, I'm on a broken greenhouse. What's the state of that? So anyway, I do. Oh dear. Soil, eh? I don't know. It gets all weedy and horrible. This has actually been dug over quite a few times, this bed here, so it's not too bad. Yeah, so you've got, oh crikey, over there you. And then there's that geezer who had his mega yacht seized. The steel giant bloke. I can't remember, is it not Yusnov? Oh, that Russian oligarch. Aid to not the aid to Putin. Oh, anyway, he's a Russian steel giant geezer, and his mega yacht got seized in Italy. So what's he done? He's turned off all his transponders and they've done a runner in that yacht. So much for seizing it. I thought when you seize something, you'd actually take control of it. But no, they just said, no, you're not allowed to leave. And they expected them to stay there. So what they've done, they've gone full steam ahead, turned off their transponders so no one knows where they are, unless you can physically see them on radar or stuff like that. And he's now, I believe, he's an port in Russia now, or near Russia. Or at least he's in safe seas, wherever he is. Well, safe for them. That's what happens when you wait. It's like Boris Johnson, isn't it? You know, waiting with these sanctions. And what happens? They all just give them time, why don't? Yeah, give them a bit of time and they can get all their stuff out and they can disappear. Dear me. If that ain't corrupt, I don't know what is. I'll tell you what is quite funny. Alicia, is it Alicia? Alicia Snoff. Oh, anyway, anyone, one of these big oligarchs, I am doing this off the top of my head, so please forgive me, I can't remember their names. Actually, no, I'm not going to talk about it now because I'm going to do that in my live show tomorrow night. I'm going to leave you a little hint. That's what I'll do. What has a puppy dog and this Russian oligarch's daughter got in common? Well, that's a quiz for you. And maybe if you join me tomorrow night, you can leave it in the chat if you know what I'm talking about. Because that's what I'll talk about tomorrow. And other stuff, obviously. I'll try not to be 3 hours this time. And I'll try... and if my stream cuts off, like I did last week, I won't pick my nose. Because I could probably carry on streaming without realising like what happened last time. Which was rather funny. Good job I wouldn't do anything, you know, saucy. The business came in as well. Again, she was complaining because what was it? The dog was coughing again. Sebastian, because he eating very well. So yeah, it's just So we've got all these oligarchs, like Roman Abramovich, Scarborough, to avoid difficult questions. You got Volodymyr Zelensky saying, don't seize Roman Abramovich because we need him. He's going to become our spokesperson to negotiate with Vladimir Putin, apparently. Really? There's no negotiating with Vladimir Putin. He's not interested in negotiating, he's just interested in his end goal. He's a liar and a cheat. He just tells people what he thinks they want to hear and then does whatever he actually wants to do. Like these so-called safe corridors. And then his soldiers end up shooting innocent people. So what kind of man is that? You can't negotiate with someone like that. He only understands one thing. I hate to say it, but there ain't no diplomacy there. All he understands is getting his own way, because he always does. And now he needs to really be cut down, taken down a peg or two. And all this delay. Some people you can negotiate with, some people you can actually deal with, but this is like playground tactics. Now, I've had this situation because I was always quite small at school. I'm still quite small there, to be honest. Even now. Nearly 52 years old. And at school, bully, don't you? The bully who always pick on the ones who think they're weak. And although I was smaller, we weren't really friends, but we were just like, we got on. No problem at all. It's almost like you gained that respect. And that's kind of how I feel with someone like Vladimir Putin. I think fire with fire. Although I have to admit, these sanctions, they are cutting them off at the knees, aren't they? Cutting off his ability to actually facilitate his war. It's quite impressive, really. But there won't be enough of him. He's a cornered rat. I did say this before, but he's just he said because he had a bit of a poor upbringing. He said there's rats and what have you, and he says you don't one thing about living like that. You don't corner a rat. Whether he's just using that analogy because it suits his now, it suits his image, and he just made that up. I don't know, but he did say that in an interview once. So, it's just the message. It's just the image of himself he wants to put over these. His basic any level, which quite frankly I think he would. I think we're in the situation. I say we got Stark. He got believe Biden was going on about Third World War. I think we're already there, personally. Not necessarily, obviously, using nuclear, but it does seem to be that it's almost everyone else against Russia, apart from obviously China and India and places like that. And then you've got blooming other criminal, as far as I'm concerned, Richie Sunak, sorry, I apologise. Yeah, you got him, and he's oh, you didn't see me digging that, so I've been digging that, see? Sort of. Not very good digging, but it's digging. But then you got Richie Sunak. Like I said, I did that video about him the other day, didn't I? But crikey. For him to say it's got nothing to do with him regarding these shares that his wife has got in this company, that's just ludicrous, obviously. You know, you're telling me that the dividends that she gets from the sale of all those weapons and stuff that her company's involved in, well then quite frankly, he's benefiting, isn't he? I'm sure he's gone on his next holiday or building a new swimming pool on the basis of the money that she's getting. Maybe buy another mansion somewhere in London. Maybe there's an oligarch's going cheap. Maybe. Anyway, I see what you're saying. Hello, Londoner. Oh, it is sickening, you're right. Lebedev, oh my God. That, was it Labour? Someone from Labour was, Lord of Siberia. He's, was questioning what's the evidence, didn't he? I think it's one of the Labour MPs wants to see evidence of how they come up with the conclusion that he should have a peerage. We know why he's got a peerage, it's just to do with Alexander Boris Federal Johnson sucking up to the Russians because it suits him. Because that's all he does. Does stuff to suit Boris Johnson. The UK seems to put barbed wire on top of a fence around it to make sure as few as possible Ukrainians get in. Really disgusting behaviour of Pritla and her buddies. Yeah, it is absolutely disgusting. Why have we got all these obstacles in the way so innocent people can't gain access to the UK, even though there are good people in the UK who want to help? And yet this evil witch, all she's interested in is just reducing the numbers on the immigration. She's just full of hate. Oh, that was Angela Rayner, was it? Well, she did say the Tories are scum. After all. That she did. Oh God, I've got so much work doing this flipping garden. Let's stay at that greenhouse. I have got the money for it now to actually get a new cover for it, because Nico, one of the followers on his channel, he's very kind. He donates money randomly. It was quite sweet. Angela Rayner has asked. She was right as well. She was. They are scum. I do like her I like the fact she's forthright. She speaks her mind and says what she thinks. As a sign of hope, you can watch this in contrast. Polish border with Ukraine. People driving from all over Europe, and that's going to include me. I'm doing it with Graham Hughes next month. So hopefully next month, the month after, it might be both even. But yeah, he asked me if I wanted to go with him, and I said yes. Because I was going to go with the last trip, but he's obviously going with Kieran. But Graham's managed to get hold of a van, and we're going to fill up with stuff, and then we're going to drive that. Obviously, I'll have to meet him en route somewhere. I'll probably get the train up north. I don't think he will come down south west, sort of south central France, because that would be silly. So I'll probably meet him up en route, I'd have thought. Only Russian agents allowed in the UK, yeah, that's about right, who pay the Conservative cartel. Yeah, give him a few quid and you end up being A lord of Siberia. Yeah, the whole of Siberia. What the feck? You can't make this shit. Yeah, Infosys as well as that. OS. Yeah, they've got officers operating in Russia still, and they're actually aiding the Russian government with their digital problems. Like, for instance, what Huawei are doing as well. So the whole lot, they're all in cahoots with Russia. And what company owns that? Well, it's Ashatamurti, Rishi Sunak's wife, who owns 430 million quid's worth of shares in it. The woman's richer than the Queen, apparently. So that's kind of what they're kind of referencing it on. But yeah, she's yeah, it's not great, is it? And her husband is an MP on the front cabinet. Oh, and it was about 2 weeks ago. He's gone on about how we must try to do our best. In business, must do their best, not to trade or cut Russia off, to cut them off at the knees and stuff like that. He was saying, weren't he? And now what's he doing? When he's had that really awkward interview, I think it was on Lady from Sky or someone asking that question, or questioning him on his connection with Infosys. So it's it's they're all hypocrites. That's what they are. They're a bunch of hypocrites, swines. That's what they are. Oh, look at the mess I've got to sort all this out. We've just been digging actually down here as well because we had a bit of a flood. Now I don't know if you understand this, but this is a drinker there, right? Now, when this was installed several years ago, they put a pipe in. This pipe can go under the ground here, so up there, because we're on the side of a hill. It goes all the way over there, where there's a water source. And what happens is the gravity, so it's a gravity-fed spring, and it's constantly filling up from the bottom of this container, this concrete ring. But that pipe over there is the overflow. And that overflow, well, it wasn't working. It was basically under the water, and this was overflowing over the side of the thing constantly. And over here was just flooded, constantly wet. And it's been like it all winter. We hadn't done anything about it. So there we were. My wife's cutting grass. I should be on the mower. So what we've done is over here, we have to dig it out, because the end of the pipe was blocked. There was a bit of plastic over it. The end of the pipe was blocked, so it's flowing now. So we've got to dig it out and make sure it can get away. But yeah, now, as you can see here, it's now going down that pipe. See? Yeah? And we've got it rigged up with some old baths and stuff, so we can collect water for the garden. Very Heath Robinson. Nothing pretty there, I'll tell you. But that's how we want to get sorted out here, to be honest. We've also got this here is actually not part of an old trampoline that the wind got hold of and bust. So I welded it together and made it into hoops, so that's going to be where our beans are. And these are old builder sacks, as you know, 1 ton building sacks. And I made to raise beds. And they work really well. We've done it for 3 years like that. We've got some more over there we're doing in front of the green. That's all floppy at the minute because there's no soil in them. So what I do is I dig them out first, dig a hole like over there, set the soil out. We fill it up with grass clippings and compost to create the heat for the winter, so we get a longer season. And then we just top them up with soil. So we've got these 2 here we've got to dig out, then fill up. And we'll do that with all the grass clippings. So we probably won't, we might be planting them this year. If we do, that'll be shallow rooted stuff. Something like herbs and stuff like that for this year. And then next year we'll put something, because obviously otherwise the grass clippings will just rot the bottoms of the plants out. But we just use the grass clippings as they ferment in the bottom of the compost to provide heat. So you get a longer season at this stage anyway. And then they'll be sort of, you can put anything after that. But you can put carrots, deep rooted stuff. Carrots, the roots of a carrot go down there 8 feet, 2.4 metres thereabouts, just about. Can't remember if it's new money or old money these days. I get all confused, I do. Oh, no ambushing by cakes in Sunak's hands. Oh, don't do that. That's if you get sugar. No, they fell over. Stay. When the British government talks about Putin, I have a feeling of employees complaining about the boss down in the pub over a pint of beer. I would be surprised. Well, I was listening to a Russian lad who, he had so many views on it as well, crazy. A live stream, I think he did it yesterday. So I think I first saw it come up my feed yesterday. And I did watch it this morning. And he was saying how it is for us in Russia. And he was going through bits and pieces. I thought, hang on, you missed a few little points there. One was what I was saying about people who live in not the cities, who don't live in the towns and what have you, who go to the supermarkets to buy their food. What about all the people who grow their food, so they need the sugars and stuff? No wonder they've been, panic buying, because they're worried that they're not going to be able to preserve their food for the rest of the season. Oh, I've got a Dora come see me. Hello, Pandora. You can say hello, Dora. Hello, baby girl. You're going to come on my asparagus. Go over here so you don't crush my asparagus. There's a problem with this little girl here. Come on here. What is that, Dora? Over here, look. Pandora. Good girl. Well, say hello. Over here. Well, go on. Come on. Oh, don't. Oh, belly rub. Oh, belly rub. Oh, no. What? Thank you. Come, roll over. No, you don't roll over, you barrel. She's like a barrel, this one. Aren't you? Where are you going? I think she's trying to tell me something, but I'm not going over there yet. She's probably saying, Daddy, I want a treat. How else am I supposed to maintain this beautiful physique? That's what she's saying. Oh, there you go, I've gone a bit wobbly there. You know what I thought was a good quality ball joint for this stand I use for my phone. And it's the worst one I've ever had. Worse than the cheap ones you get. It looks really good quality on the face of it, but feels really gritty and horrible. Anyway, I digress. So, go back, go. Doggos, yeah, that's Pandora, that was. All our dogs are rescues. She's sitting over there patiently now. There she is, next to the dodgy greenhouse. Talk about dodgy, we've got to take this roof off very soon, because when we finally get that floor through, we're taking the floor through the same level as the main house into the barn. I've got half of it in so far, but once we've actually get to the end, we're taking the roof off. There's going to be a veranda, I hope, one day. Money allowing. We had plans, but then the Brexit hit us, and then the business kind of went to pot. When is Nigel getting ambushed by a milkshake again? Oh, that would be funny to see, wouldn't it? They can sort of pay. He had to pay for his dry cleaning, didn't he? That was so funny. Yeah, I think I need a new one. I suppose it's must be 6 years old, is that? 6, 7 years old? If not older. I wonder the bed talk of Sunak and the missus. Oh, I wonder. I'll tell you what the bed talk is, the pillow talk is. I had that in my last video. Not last video, one of my other videos about Sunak. I'll tell you what it is. It says, she'll be saying, you know our company, the one that you no longer have anything to do with, or at least that's what you tell them. Yeah? It's in a bit hard times at the moment. I think we should get a COVID loan. Yeah, a COVID loan. We need, I'll tell you what, Sunak, I think I was going to get a bit busy today. I'll have to do something. She's not going to get, jiggy with me. No. Oh, I know. I'll offer her £1.5 million. COVID loan. So that's what he did. He authorised £1.5 million for his missus, for her company that was an ailing company. In other words, it was flat on its face at the time. From 2019, it was really struggling. So come 2021, or 2020, 2021, give them the COVID loan. And then very quickly afterwards, it goes bankrupt for 16 million. I know these days, £1.5 million is a drop in the ocean. All the millions they're giving P&O and all the millions they're giving all these other companies already gone bankrupt. Just nuts. And we're supposed to stomach them. People are. That's what gets me. Is no one saying anything. I did that video about she showed that no one's interested. It was right flop. Just like my environmental type videos, they're always a flop. Oh, milkshakes for one. Anything to annoy old Farage. Hello, Brian Maguire. I hope you're well. When I'm sleeping with a woman, I don't need to know her banking history. Oh, I just put the bun in the oven. Oh, but it's nice to know if she's cooperating with a war criminal. Well, yeah. They try to make out the well, it's a different job, isn't it? She's not an MP, it's not her job. No, they don't talk, obviously, no. They have nothing to say to each other. That must be a very quiet household. The idea that Richie Sunak does not have any idea whatsoever what's going on in his wife's company. No. That happens to have 430 million's worth of shares in it. Come on. Sunak's wife just has to wave and the checkbook to keep him quiet. Do you think he's a kept man? He's rich in his own right though, isn't he? Oh dear. Soon looks like he's been ambushed every time he's asked a vaguely difficult question like, is that your car? Obviously not. It's a Kia. He didn't even know. He didn't even have a clue how to use his bank card. Did you see that? He tried to get him to scan it. His bank card. So he doesn't even know how to pay for stuff. That is a total disconnection from reality, how other people live. He's got no empathy for the likes of the ordinary man and woman. No. He ain't got a clue. He's led either a very sheltered life, or most certainly a financially protected one. I wonder the bed talk of Sunak and the missus, I do. No ambition but cakes. Well, when the British government talks about Putin, I have a feeling of employees complaining down the pub, all that they do. Londoner. The original film, if fitting up, was put on the Daily Fail. Yesterday on him doing that, and someone actually was it on? Yeah, even the Daily Mail having a bit of a go, aren't they? But Sunak now to hide tax declarations. Good point, actually, Mello. Mello, I hope you're well, buddy. You need to fix your caps lock. It's like you're shouting at me. Oh no! Tories cannot be against Putin. He owns them. That he does. Old Putin, he owns old Boris Johnson, doesn't he? He says, keeps scurrying off, doesn't he, to speak to them. Getting a bung, probably. Are you telling me the UK isn't leading the opposition against Putin and this war criminal network? No, they're not. No. That's delay. To know how to pay for anything. He doesn't. Pay for by somebody else, that it is. What did I miss? Bit at the bottom again. They're old ones. There we go. Our president is from a rich family. Old money. His dad used to take him and his brothers out to speak and aid homeless people. Oh, back in. Jumped off. Come back. And aid homeless people every Christmas Eve and force them to earn their, one money. Thunder. Well, it's like Boxing Day, isn't it? You know, it's kind of, if you're going back to the olden days. You know, that's what Boxing Day was all about. The rich knobs and that, you know, they get all their waste. What do they get? Stuff they haven't eaten. Half-eaten buns and stuff. Maybe a chocolate log. And stick it into boxes and send it to the poor. And we celebrate that. What does it say about us? I just broke my stick! Oh no, that's it. Broke my stick. Well, I need to do a bit more digging, I think. Let's do a bit more digging. You don't need to do digging on these toys, do you? It's so flippin' obvious. Anyway, I've got my fork. That I have. Oh dear. So I dig it over, and we've got sideboard with all the small seeds, and then we're going to get some plants, I think, because we've left it all late, to be honest, for some things. We've got the greenhouse. We've got potatoes in there, but this isn't the only bit of ground we've got. We've obviously got over there as well. We're not doing onions this year, although we've done little row of onions, not a lot, because our little French neighbour, Violette, she had some left over because she didn't want to use them all. She got a big bag and she didn't eat them all. So we'll put our onions in, or some onions. But we're going to be a bit limited this year in what we're going to be doing. We're going to do stuff that we know that we can grow well. I'll tell you what we can't grow well here is things like cabbages and any brassicas, because the soil's too acidic. And you have to lime everything, everything, and then there's a guarantee. Although our neighbours managed to grow them. I had one year I did really well with cabbages, but then every other year has been terrible. I can't think myself, what's the point? I just heard Mrs. turn the lawnmower off. How dare she? She finished? I don't know what's wrong with it. It seems to be running on a bit at the moment. It doesn't seem to... Usually when you turn it off, it just stops. But that sounds a bit like it's trying to... Well, it sounds like it doesn't want to stop. I'm talking about lawnmowers. If Jasper's still here, I need to service my Ferris lawnmower so I can start cutting the flipping grass. It's getting out of hand. I tried to start, but the oil filter was actually leaking. It actually had a hole in the oil filter. That was literally spraying oil out. It wasn't very helpful. Not very environmental either. So that's something I would like to be able to do is now that we're planting trees up top there, we could do it getting a flail. Cause it's quite interesting because Jasper was saying something about flail in a comment earlier, and not on this live chat no, but on a video. But flail mowers, like, you know what they use on the to cut the hedges on the tractors? That's what a flail is. They have these things they call hammers. They spin around really fast and just bash the hell out of stuff until basically that's the kind of grass cut I could do with here. So I'll keep looking. But it's so expensive. Everything's so expensive. They can win. Hello.
Hello. The lawnmower's got a mind of its own. It doesn't want to stop.
I know. I was just saying that on there. So my dear wife, she said the lawnmower doesn't seem to stop.
No, I've just turned the petrol off and turned the redstone on.
Do you want to tell them about the lawnmower?
Pardon?
Do you want to tell them about the lawnmower?
I just don't want to stop.
You don't want to stop?
No.
That's a very naughty lawnmower.
It is, yeah. Maybe you need to look at it.
We do get through a lot of lawnmowers here. We've got quite a good one. They're Arians, which are quite a solid American machine. American. But they're getting old. I put the different engine on it, which came off an old John Deere, which is a Kawasaki engine. And that's old. In fact, it's 20 years old, that engine. It's still going strong, but it doesn't want to stop now. It should be trying to stop by now, shouldn't it? It should be retiring, but now it doesn't want to stop. It's doing the opposite. It's like it's born again. Stay at that greenhouse, cruggy. Well, I'm going to stay on about an hour today, because quite often... Hello, Conservator. I hope you're well, buddy. I'd like to thank you. I got a nice little email from, via you, mate. I appreciate that. That I do. Check his roots. Yep, grey like the rest of my hair. Check what? What are you talking about? Elites. Yep. Plants scream when I approach. Here he comes! Run for your roots. Oh. Just choose. Yeah, just plant what you have success with. Anything else, you either got to learn how to do it, or you don't bother. Some things are easy. Like tomatoes are easy. As long as you can take your room around and make sure they don't dry out too much. As long as you call it Boxing Day, you can reinforce the class system and entitled attitudes of certain classes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, classist. Yeah, that's what gets me about that bloody thing. The more I think about that, is the more ridiculous it is, and we celebrate it in the UK. It's just like we keep celebrating the arseholes. Excuse me. Those individuals who, we build statues and call schools and colleges and universities after them. You know, the slavers. Who was that? Richard Knox? Richard someone. Maybe someone knows. He's the son of a slave or grandfather was a slave or something. We didn't just finish paying the debt off to them. Paying his family. Richard... Is it Richard? Drax, that's his name, Drax. MP. Yeah, there he is. He's trying to, well, you can't blame me. He's benefiting, he's got the money. He's inherited slavers' money. Apparently that's okay. It's a bit like Richie Sunak's missus, isn't it? And him benefiting from money in Russia. They're still operating over there, helping Russia, helping Putin with all his tech. Can you buy from Russia, or is it difficult when there's a war going on? I think it's going to be quite hard, Jasper. I think you might have a little bit of a problem there. At the very least, there's going to be massive taxation or something like that. But no, I don't think you have much luck there. I think you're going to struggle somewhat. I keep watching a lot of the little interviews and videos of people where they've been asking about, have you noticed a difference? Yeah, since the sanctions, are they affecting you? And they're kind of humming, they stutter. I don't know if I can say anything. I know what I want to say, but I can't. No. Because I'll end up in jail for 15 years. For calling it a war, or something like that. Oh wow, got a super chat. Who was that? Oh, who was that very, very kind person? He knows now. Hey, Brian McGuire, cheers, buddy. Have a chilled wine after your work. I can on the weekend. I've actually got a little bottle of wine. I've been really good recently. What I've been doing, I've just stood on the thing, onion. Oh no, that's right. Phew. Not an onion, a garlic. What I've been doing is I don't drink during the week at all now. Water, maybe Coke and stuff like that. But I don't have any alcohol during the week, so I've really cut down, which has helped my weight, which is good, and my head. But on the weekend I do. Not a lot, because I'm not drinking during the week. I don't crave it so much on the weekend, so I'm a lot more conservative with it. Did I say conservative? No, because they just have too much. They party go. Oh, what happened about that? Oh, dear, nothing. He's going to get away with that one, isn't he? Slime bag. Oh, Alexander Bros, Pepple Johnson. I would assume that you cannot even pay for anything you would want to buy in Russia, since most payments have stopped now. Yeah, because of the SWIFT system. Aren't they still using SWIFT though? For some stuff. I'm not sure how they're getting around it. But someone left a comment on one of my videos about that, and I think he was right. Yeah, cheers, O'Brien. Benefiting from Putin's regime like the rest of the Tories. Yes, he is. Where there sounds like a fairer system, at least the worst pays. Definitely can't do that. I hope Conservative. I hope you're well, buddy, in Netherlands. Got someone else from Netherlands on here as well, somewhere up top here. It was here earlier, anyway. The lawnmower longs for Monsieur Petroli. Oh, I do. If anyone knows, I did a little video. Oh, you might, Conservative knows. I did a video during lockdown. Oh, that was nuts. It actually took me ages. There's a lot of work went into it. Hardly any views, but it was fun. Anyway, that was basically me with the overalls and a petrol can basically on my head with big eyes and stuff like that. So it looked absolutely ridiculous. Wake up in the morning, doing all the usual things, cleaning your teeth and having the shit, and reading the paper. And then trundling off to the supermarket because we're in lockdown. I had to get toilet rolls. So there we go. Through the supermarket. The gendarmes were actually, I was going to go for that supermarket with this flipping thing on. I couldn't in the end. The gendarmes were there. And they were checking the boots of their cars. See what your shopping is. I thought, crikey, it's a bit extreme. Actually looking at his bags and it's making sure he hasn't bought any non-essentials. Crikey. I thought, is that, we've got fascism back here? Well, the elites. Plants scream when I walk by, not for me. Well, they don't cover. I was watching the news the other day. I think that's the thing with Jon Snow, the Channel 4 geezer, and they did like one of their special programme things. And he's one of the promotions, the safety, so-called safety nuclear warnings. It's like, you get all your doors, you take all your doors off, you lean them up against a wall, and you put your sofa cushions on them. And that's supposed to protect you against a nuclear explosion. So as bad as... I'll tell you what you've got to do, isn't it? Who was that now who went in the fridge, apart from Alexander Boris Pepple Johnson? Wasn't it Harrison Ford? I think it was. Oh, must go. Take care, Brian. Cheers for that, buddy. And prepare a nice Irish steak. Oh, sounds good. Cheap here in Belgium than in Ireland. Really? It's cheap. Crikey. And pick a nice beer to enjoy. Oh, crikey. Oh, especially the beer. I'm not big on steaks and stuff like that, but a beer. I might have that later. Oh, an AS flail mower cost €7,000 in Russia. Made flail mower and even better for 1,200. Oh, and a Russian-made flail mower. Yeah, there's. Oh, cost make now. There's a popular make flail, about 4-foot flail mower, tow behind, and they're about 5,000-6,000. I can't remember the name of them now. I had one and I sold it like a fool. Now I need it again. But there is a imported one. I think it's like a GF120 or something it's called. I don't know if it's Russian or Chinese. It's got like one of the copy engines on it, which don't really make any difference. They always change the engine. In fact, I've got one here actually, the engine. And that you can get them in France for about 1,800. I know it's less than that. That's the one with electric start and stuff. But yeah, that would be a very, very handy thing because you've got to cut so often. Use less fuel. So you can get away with cut once a month, every 6 weeks or something like that, because your grass can be up here, you see. It doesn't make a huge amount of difference. Whereas with my machine, my Ferris, which is basically a finishing mower, zero turn. It's a good machine. It's a proper industrial bit of kit, but it's not designed for this land we've got here. Our land's too lumpy. Lumpy land, a bit like my belly and my derriere. See the documentary Black Rain about explosions in Japan during World War II. Educating and terrifying. Are you jealous? Ooh, it's a walking flail, is it? Cool. So, what was it? Stand on walking one, or you just walk behind it? I've got a walking flail here, which is it's a good machine, but it's only 20 inches wide cut, so it's quite narrow. So, yeah, it's not big enough here. I had that in England when we did our maintenance works and stuff like that. We couldn't take it through little passageways and stuff. So when people like leaving property, we used a lot of maintenance as well as building work, and it's we could then take it through in between, little narrow passageways you get in between the terrace houses and stuff. And quite often you get them done anything at all in the garden whatsoever, because rented accommodation, and you just go in and just blitz it and get rid of it that way, and it's all done. So then you just move on to the next property, next property, next property. You do a lot of work for letting agents and that, you see. Obligato! Yes, you must. Oh, it said, oh my God, that's a name, isn't it? Yeah, they don't have Z, they're using that Z. Anyone know why is that Z the symbol for this Russian attack, or forces, or their army, or whatever it is? Why is it a Z? Because it's not actually in their alphabet, is it? It's not in the Russian alphabet, the Z. So I thought that was quite odd. Just a symbol, I suppose. But what's it mean? I thought you were a swastika or something. Oh no, it's supposed to be denazifying. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? When the president of Ukraine is Jewish. It's quite hard to keep up with all this stuff because it keeps changing so quickly. Some say the Z is a Nazi swastika in disguise. Really? Oh. Or is it just Nazi being abbreviated just to the Z? I won't be surprised because it's definitely Nazism, isn't it, the way they're going about it. It feels like genocide to me. Is it technically genocide? Because they are the same people, aren't they? Are they the same people? They're different people now, aren't they? But it's because genocide is like the eradication of a people, isn't it? Or is it eradication of a genome? Or a race? Oh, I don't know. I'm not that clever. Sounds too technical for me. But in Russia, in Russian, it's 3A. What? What is that? Disguising swastikas is just weird. I think you're probably right there, Joe. For victory is a Z at the start. At the start of ZA. For victory, is it? ZA popular. Oh, Glasgow. Cheers, buddy. Good to see you there. Sorry, you've not been around much for streams, etc. Working in Wangland, have you, for the past 2 weeks? What are you doing there? Or in Nottingham? Up north. Keep the pecker up, mate. Yeah, you too, buddy. Oh, cheers for that. Oh, I was using your pencil yesterday. That's not on there. That's on the other one. The other overalls. It's in my video. If you look at my video on the Wally bar, it's attached. Yeah, no, I hope you're well, buddy. I've been working in Wanglangs, have you? You've been watching too much Graham Hughes, you have. I think he's going live soon. What job are you doing? Oh, my dear. My dear. Well, this is something we need to sort out. If anyone's got any ideas, we need a water bowser of some description, because we've put all these trees in, and it's quite a long way to flip a watering cans. And we have to water them quite a bit, obviously, because they've got very little root at this stage. So we have to make sure that they're getting their nourishment. So, yeah, give them a good start. So we have to water them and things. So we've got to take water and bring watering cans. We've got plenty of watering cans, but walk across here. Remember on the side of a valley, so it's like a hill. Watering cans. Sweaty work. That's what my dear wife is doing at the moment. She said she'll wait until the sun goes down a bit, which is behind cloud at the moment, so she might get shocked halfway across the field when the sun comes out. My family's crest, we haven't got any money. It's the Prussian cross. Ah, cool. Well, I've got, I know a lot of people have, but I've got a coat of arms because my ancestry was Robert Kett. And I've talked about him before, but we've got, the coat of arms is actually on the side of Wyndham Abbey. And it actually bears you the right, in the coat of arms, it states it bears you the right to bear arms. I'm sure you can't do that these days, no. So I just need my broadsword. That's what I need. I need a broadsword. Maybe I can go through the town with my broadsword and I'll be okay if I get shot. People confuse it with some racist symbol because we're I see. I didn't realise that about that. So it's a freedom, a victory symbol. That's a bit presumptuous, isn't it? Maybe the Vasily Zasev, I don't know if I'm saying that right, World War II Russian sniper hero. Well, at the moment we seem to have quite a few very good snipers in the Ukrainian army. But also, we have some very unusual tactics going on with the Russians. They're helping. Own goals, you could say. They're driving over their own commandos. Has anyone seen that? I shouldn't laugh because it's horrible. They had an argument apparently, the commando, the Russians in the tank, and they were having this argument. Anyway, they drove over the fact that all these people are dying, and their comrades are dying, and so they drove over their commander, crushed them. That's what I only got a glimpse of it this morning, but I don't know if it's true or not. Maybe someone can tell me. But that's what I heard. They drove over their commander. I shouldn't laugh because it is absolutely horrible, but crikey. Bring my broadsword. Yes. Bring my broadsword. I wonder if it's stuck in the stone somewhere, maybe. And clear understanding, yes. People confuse it with some racist symbol. Yep. Snap. Yeah, I don't think I can go around parading through towns with my broadsword. I don't think it'll be allowed. He finally got a bit carried away and got tanked that night, literally. Literally. Could you imagine being run over by a tank? Oh my giddy aunt. It'd be like one of them, like a snake you see on the roads being run over by a car. Just like flat and like dimply bits in it, where the tread is. It's not going to be great. Oh, I love a good axe. Excellent weapon and tool. Do you know what? I used to do axe throwing years ago. Oh, I need to do that again. That'd be so fun. I could put out a stream, couldn't I? Yeah, I used to throw an axe. I used to be quite good at it as well. That and my archery. I used to be quite good at archery as well, but it's been a long, long time. In fact, I need some new arrows. I've got a compound bow and a recurve bow, but it's the compound bow. The commander died later, I think. Karma. How many people did he kill? Innocent people, that is. So yeah, I got my compound bow, which is, that thing is ridiculous. I mean, that's powerful. And I use it on the land. If you miss your target, you lost your arrows. It's gone. Gone. But you make the arrows up. They're aluminium. They're like a Durell aluminium. And you have got like a little jig to glue all the flights on with the fletchers. And the points. Glue them on as well. And then, yeah, obviously you put your target up, what have you. But if you miss the target, you're not going to find your arrow. some dude was throwing petrol bombs, Molotov cocktails, were the ones with all the polystyrene in as well. So it's like napalm, at the Kremlin. Whoa, crikey, he's done for. That is gutsy. That's a suicide mission. I need to find a French Cooper. What's that? What's a French Cooper? I'm curious now. What is a French Cooper? I'm really curious. I can't search on it because I'll probably press something I shouldn't. A suicide mission, that is crikey, isn't it, just? The idea they'd go and for Molotov cocktails at the Kremlin. Oh my God, they'd shoot you down, wouldn't they? Take you in the bag and have a bit of fun with you first, maybe. A tonnelia. What's that? Oh my God, what's all this stuff? People keep saying a tonnelia. Oh God, a Cooper. A Cooper is a tonnelia. So what's a tonnelia? I don't know. Oh, so I need a tonnelia. I tell you what I could build. I think I could do that. It's one of them catapult things. I don't know what for though. I'm a bit concerned actually, because if there was food in the garden, you see, and no one else is getting fed, we'd like to get burgled for cabbage. Not cabbage, not growing cabbages, but for tomato or pepper. We need to build barriers, walls all the way around our property. Put guns and turrets. Surveillance. Maybe. Then again, there's all the other people that, quite frankly, have got better veggie than me around here, I tell you. So yeah, it's just we weren't very good the last couple of years with our veg. We were very poor. Barrels for Veggie, barrels for wine, and barrels for other things. Yes, we've got some old oak barrels here, but we could do with some barrels to put some water in. Some maybe there's IPC containers. We've got various baths and various other things scattered about. But I'll tell you something we have noticed is that our spring and our well is beginning dry. Every year it seems to dry out. That slows right down. The spring fed over there. But then in the our well that we dug, that last year, the year before, we had some situations where you had to pump water from there into the well, so we get the water in the house. Doing the old eco thing, it can be fun, but it's actually a lot of work as well. Whatever! Hi to you too, buddy. Alors, besoin d'un tunnel pour faire le bar. Oh, okay. Work the barrel. He used to have a good night in France and he would forget all about being a mad person anymore. I don't know. I wasn't always like this, you know, until I moved here. Actually, I probably was. Oh, there. Barrels for beer, barrels for wine. Person who makes barrels. Oh, there's actually a person here who does make barrels. A little place called Le Car, and he makes all the rings for the barrels, but also he does all the rings, not the metal rings. I'm talking the wooden, the traditional, either chestnut or hazel rings that go around the barrels. He makes those. Carol, where was that place we went where they're making the barrels, the rings for the barrels? Was it Le Car? With our French class. I think it's Le Car, wasn't it? That little old boy, wasn't it? Oh, yeah, I digress. But yeah, he's making all these, like the rings and what have you, to actually for these barrels, traditional barrels. But can you imagine how difficult? I'm a woodworker. I can appreciate how difficult it is to make those sections, because none of those sections are straight. They're all tapered on a barrel. And if you're using the old iron making barrels, they heat them up really hot, so they expand, and they dry them over the top, and it shrinks. And then obviously once you've got the liquid and the fluids in the barrel, it then expands and seals the barrel. I've got a barrel over there. Every year it dries out because we have no rain, because I've used it to collect rainwater. My little work shelter, neighbour workshop. And it gets all gappy, so we have to keep watering it. So a tonnelia, a coupe is I should know that really, shouldn't I? Somebody makes a barrel. Like a wheelwright, somebody makes wheels. You had no idea? It might be a bit, might be a bit jumpy. Carl, got suggestion. Daughter pointing the other way. I'm just saying you might empty all your water out through its snout when you lift it up. What, you get wet yourself? That ain't why I told you that, is it? Yeah. she's filling the wheelbarrow up with watering cans. She thinks that's a good idea. I have to water these flipping trees. I was planting trees. Well, yesterday or the day before I was planting hazels. Day before, wasn't it? Yeah. Well, I've just got tipped all over. Can you get up the hill? Poor woman. Well, you know what they say, why have a dog and bark yourself? Oh dear, I'm sorry. Oh dear. I do my fair share, you know I do. Saw the first squirrel this. Oh cool. Was it a red squirrel or a grey squirrel? We'll try and track some squirrels here. So we'll get the old nut trees and what have you. Hopefully in time we'll be able to. And a shipwright who makes ships. And my father, he was he was a crikey. He was old school woodworker, so he needed a lot of the old techniques and skills. Yeah, whether it be from clinker, you know, using the rivets and doming them off with a clinger. I helped him on the old ship that was a yacht called Mady. I think it was the Mady. Yeah, it was a racing yacht. It was all timber, all riveted. And I was only young. I had to hold this flipping thing on the inside. They called the clinker over the top. While my dad was tapping the other side. On the other side, he was shouting at me through the hull. As I was, but every time this thing was doing that, I was only little. I was almost straight to hold this thing on the end there to dome the ends of the rivets. Hence clinker. Yeah. So when you hear, oh, clinker, it must be when all the boards are like that. Yeah, they're all lapped over like that. No, that's not clinker. No. That's straight. But the clinker's the way the boards are fixed. Actually, that ship ended up, that yacht ended up dying in the end, eventually. Deteriorated. It broke its back when they took it out of the water. When they brought it out of the water, they chocked it all up, and it sagged over the, and then it broke its back. It was no good anymore. Talk about boats. What about the Endurance? They found it. They found the Endurance. I couldn't believe that. You know, the one that went to Antarctic and all that, you know, the ice-breaking ship that ended up getting crushed by the ice. Ernest Shackleton, that's it. Explorer. I thought that was amazing. I've always had a bit of awe about that ship because I've got a book indoors. It's about that thick, and then, you know, loads of old black and white photographs and what have you when they on their endeavours. And oh crikey, that's amazing. Never seen red squirrels in London. Aren't the red squirrels the ones that got killed off by the grey squirrels that end up getting imported? You need a power barrel. What's a power barrel? Power barrel. Ah, red. That was a red squirrel. Red squirrels. Shipwright who makes ships. Cartwright who makes carts. A wheelwright who makes wheels. Oh, my back. Well, I'm going to say goodbye in a second. I'd like to thank everybody, and thanks so much for the super chat, because my battery's about to run out anyway. And I did say about an hour, didn't I? Because I do tend to run on a little bit. And I need to dig this over here, to be honest. Need a bit of digging. So if it suddenly goes out, you'll know it's my battery's decided to give up the ghost. So it's all the first scroll this year. Need a barrel. Oh gosh, I think some of the barrel shaping is done by wetting and heating the wood. And it's something you would have done with your woodworking skills. Yeah, I've done a lot of steam bending. Like for instance doing the gunnels, what have you, on the boat. And the rubbing strakes on the boat, where they come to the bow of the boat, or even up to even the stern, depending on the shape of the boat. If it's something like a culvert Watson with a rounded stern, something like that, we'd then steam bend, or the green oak. That's what we do. So effectively, once you steam bend something, it's no longer green. It's then becomes seasoned after it's been steamed. If you didn't know that. And balsa is actually a hardwood and not a softwood. It might be soft to touch and squishy, you know, but it's actually a hardwood in the cell structure. The Kremlin has huge amounts of crypto. What, cryptocurrency? I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, but that's taking a dive, isn't it? That peaked, didn't it? It went flipping absolutely crazy, and it was sort of steady, and then it peaked, and the crypto price went right up, and now it's dropped. It's so erratic. Where was it? Was it South Africa or South America or somewhere where they've gone over to some sort of cryptocurrency because they've got a real problem with their currency? Wheelbarrow. Oh, a wheelbarrow with an engine. Oh, we used to have one then. Yeah, sorry. A barrow, but not barrel. Oh, I get you, buddy. Yeah, I used to have one of them. Take care, Glasgow. Well, I'm off as well, so have a good day to you too. I'm going to be going live tomorrow night as well, like usual, 8 o'clock UK time, GMT. GMT? Goodness me, Tom. Steam bending, that's what I call it. Yeah, steam bending. We've done that a lot. I've done that a lot, steam bending. Basically, steam bending, quite easy to do. You have a tube, you stick timber in the tube, you have a source of steam at one end. You can use a wallpaper stripper if you like, and just leave it in there for however long, depends on the timber. And then you take it out, and it's a bit of roll rubber. It turns into a bit of roll rubber. You can bend it to where you like then. It's really handy. Stay safe, just me and videos. Give me that hat. Yeah, it's I need a new one. It's falling to bits. Put it on Scarecrow. I am Scarecrow. Oh, is that? Oh, Pop the Ping, Tim Martin. That's who that is, isn't that? Scarecrow. Transport Secretary Grant Shapps said he will not compromise the safety of P&O's vessels and insisted that the company will not be able to rush training for. He says a lot of things, but it is true. You mustn't do that. There's laws anyway regarding that. You can't. They have to be authorised. You have the staff have got to be signed off, and they're new, aren't they? So they're not going to be signed off just yet. Yep. Anyway, I'm going to be streaming again tomorrow. The state of this hat. It's for my ears. I come off my donkey. It did. It came off my donkey. And yeah, more glasses. Are these just ready specs? We got them from Aldi's yesterday. Only need for close stuff. That's what I need for. So anyway, I'm off. I said I was off a minute ago. I'm going to go off now. We're streaming for an hour and 13 minutes, which is short for me. To see you, and you have a great evening. I think Graham's gone live now. I'm not 100% certain, but he probably has. He's always going live. If you want to hear some swearing, some foul language maybe. So anyway, ta-ta. I'm going to do some gardening.